The text flashed across my phone screen like a slap. Unauthorized charge, $17,200, celebrity cruises. My stomach dropped. My entire savings, gone in one swipe to fund my sister's dream honeymoon. And just that afternoon, my father had borrowed my paid-off SUV, forged my name on the title, and sold it for cash he claimed was family emergency money. During dinner, they tossed a scratched-off $1 scratch card at me as a mocking consolation prize. I peeled back the final panel under the table. $50 million jackpot. No gasp. No tears. I slipped the ticket inside my sock, excused myself to the bathroom, and quietly mapped the nearest Greyhound station. 4 hours earlier, the Colonial on Maple Lane reeked of rosemary lamb and Chanel. The glow felt welcoming, until I crossed the threshold, boots dripping slush.
Elena, seriously?
The floors just got refinished, my father Victor muttered without glancing up from his bourbon. He lounged in the recliner I'd bought for his retirement, entertaining my brother Derek with stock tips. You look like you crawled out of a sewer. Use the side door next time. I glanced at my steel-toed boots. By day I oversaw maintenance for 4 luxury apartment towers, budgets in the millions, emergencies at 3 a.m. To Victor, I was still the kid who fetched tools. Happy holidays, Dad, I managed. My sister Lauren reclined on the sectional, flipping through resort pamphlets, radiant in that effortless way people glow when debt never touches them. Look what Derek and Mom surprised me with. Luxury suite on a celebrity ship for our Babymoon cruise. I swallowed. That's a lot of money. 17 grand, Derek smirked, clinking ice. Some of us appreciate the finer things instead of squirreling away for that sad little studio you're always whining about. I reminded him I'd been crashing in their finished basement for 4 years, paying rent on time. Mom, Evelyn, swept in. From the dining room, silk scarf trailing. The caterer double-booked. Elena, be a dear and tackle the pots? We're toasting the baby, I can't have chaos. Not a question. I hung my coat, phone still in the pocket, and spent the next hour scouring pans while their laughter rolled in waves. I cleared plates they hadn't offered me a bite of. When the house finally quieted, they'd moved to the sunroom for port and cigars. I checked my banking app one last time, savoring the $22,500 I'd scraped together for my own place. Years of double shifts, packed lunches, thrift store coats. 0. 1 transfer, to D. Harlan. Derek. I texted Mom. Her reply, don't overreact. Derek needed quick capital for a venture that benefits everyone. You don't need an apartment, you practically live at your job. Stop being so greedy. Greedy. The word unlocked a memory they drilled into me. Age 9, oxygen mask, pneumonia so bad my lungs burned. Dad weeping at my bedside, swearing he'd sold his prized lake cabin, his dream retirement, to cover my hospital bills. I'd carried that shame for decades, working myself raw to repay them. Last summer, cousin Lydia messaged the truth. Victor lost the cabin in a bad bet months before I got sick. The illness story was just convenient guilt trip fuel. No debt. Never had been. They hadn't sacrificed. They'd groomed a perpetual ATM. I started the engine and left without a word. That night in a $55 roadside inn that smelled faintly of mildew, I hid the ticket behind the showerhead panel and barely slept. Morning brought clarity. I walked into the offices of Harlan and Crow looking like hell, but the validated winning slip changed everything. Attorney Crow leaned forward. Anonymous claim first, I said. Then we talk about acquiring a certain foreclosed property on Maple Lane. He pulled records. The house was 45 days from auction. Mortgage defaulted months ago. They'd used my money as a desperate patch, not a vacation splurge. The cruise booking? Probably never fully paid. I didn't want to rescue them. I wanted leverage. We formed Phantom Equity LLC. I filed a fraud claim on the $22,500 transfer, unauthorized access, identity compromise. The bank froze every linked account within hours. 2 days later, a brutal winter storm paralyzed the city. I unblocked their numbers. The barrage hit, Derek cursing about declined cards at the gas station, Lauren whining the thermostat was dead and Dad says fix it, you caused this. Mom's voice message dripped outrage. The fraud alert has your name. Undo it. How could you do this to family? I drafted one email, CC'd everyone. Apologetic. Broken. The old Elena. I claimed a long-forgotten wrongful termination settlement had just cleared, enough to help. I knew about the liens, I wrote. I offered $1.8 million cash for the house, clearing the debt and leaving them $800K plus. I'd even booked them month at the downtown Ritz while they transitioned. But we had to close tonight, lawyer said tax deadlines. House empty by 7 p.m. sharp. They bit in minutes. Victor called, we accept. Bring the papers. In the glass-walled boardroom overlooking the snow-choked skyline, they arrived smug, shaking off flakes like visiting dignitaries. Victor clapped Crow on the shoulder. Evelyn air-kissed my cheek. I knew blood would win out. They signed the quitclaim deed to Phantom Equity without reading. Then the vacancy affidavit, waiving all rights, items left behind became mine. One last document, an affidavit from Derek, confirming the $22,500 was payment for financial advisory services on my portfolio. Tax deductible. No gift tax. He grinned, embellishing details for the record.
Guairfraudgemfesten.
Perjury. Tax evasion. All notarized. They tossed the keys, laughing about champagne at the Ritz.